What's up, everyone? Andrew Tsundoku, back here with you, doing the fourth bookcase of the library tour. Hope you're all doing well. Figured we'd just go for it. So up here we've got 𝐁𝐬𝐿. 𝐁𝐬𝐿 it's fairly old. It's done by Hiroki Endo. 𝐁𝐬𝐿 is one of my favorite manga, practically ever. The art is beautiful. It's really philosophical, psychological. I'm trying to find some good pictures. And it's about it's really adult. That's the other thing. There's a lot of adult themes with 𝐁𝐬𝐿. Drugs, violence, and nothing over the top violence. It's all, I guess, necessary and realistic. It takes place in a future world. So anyway, also really good. We have 𝐁𝐫𝐿, and 𝐁𝐫𝐿 is a collection of shorter stories that Hiroki Endo, I guess, just didn't have enough time to fit into 𝐁𝐬𝐿. And 𝐁𝐬𝐿's actually not done. I failed to mention that. Dark Horse has only released the first 14 volumes, and we haven't gotten anything past that. I believe there's 20 something in Japan, but I don't know. I've only read up to 14. I like the hard copies. I could read it online, but and if Dark Horse never publishes it, I'll definitely read it online. But I'm still like fingers crossed waiting. Now we got Parasite. Parasite is amazing. This was recently adapted into an anime. The covers really aren't much to show you guys, but it's it's really good. The Parasite really is one of my favorite things. I don't want to say anything too much to give it away. It's a little alien comes to Earth, and the idea is they're parasites, so they want to take over the human race. It's what parasites do, and they don't have anything against us, but that's just how it works. So he tries to, well, anyway, it's really cool. Check it out. Next, we're going to Gunslinger. Gunslinger was originally published in the U.S. by I'm pretty sure it was ADV, and they only released the first 6 volumes. And so when 7 Seas, these are the 7 Seas copies, when they got to publishing rights, they compiled the first 6 into 2 omnibus forms, I guess, so they should just get going with it. And then every 2 volumes afterward, they did another one. So 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the last one, there's only 15 in the series, so the last one's all 11. But they're amazing. Gunslinger Girl is so cool. Cybernetic girls, they're like preteen girls, and they solve crimes because no one's gonna suspect a girl to like jump in and handle a drug bust sort of situation. So they're really cool. They're trained as like combat specialists and gun specialists. Really awesome story, and it's somewhat short, so you guys can knock it out pretty quick. Down here we've got Battle Angel Alita, and Alita is one of my favorite books ever. She is freaking awesome. Amazing girl. Once again, I guess cybernetic girl. But it takes place in like a dystopian future, post-apocalyptic sort of scenario. And again, it's really like psychologically heavy. And it's fascinating. And rumor is James Cameron's actually going to be making a live-action adaptation of Alita. And we'll wait and see what goes from there. But this is the second series, Battle Angel Alita Last Order. And it went up to volume 15. And then Kodansha actually took the publishing rights and has gotten us 16, 17, and 18 as their little set. So it looks different, and I hate it when that sort of stuff happens, but whatever. And Kodansha is actually publishing Last Order into omnibus form, so like every 3 volumes, I believe, is an omnibus or whatever. So if you haven't picked these up, Kodansha's volumes are the ones that are currently in print. These are out of print. I believe these are out of print as well, completely. I don't know if they have any plans to actually remake those ones, but we'll do with what we have for now. Now we've got Mushishi. Mushishi is another really fascinating psychological type manga. 𝐁𝐫𝐿 is this character here, and he's just kind of like a wanderer. The Mushi are little. They're not flora. They're not fauna. They're not alien. They're just other substance, and they creep into life and they kind of mess things up for people, or they kind of make things better for people, and it's hard to tell. But he's kind of like an exterminator, I guess, and so he can get rid of the bad ones and coexist with the good ones, or help people to coexist with the good ones. But he's just this wanderer guy, and I've got to admit something. I don't actually have a legitimate volume 3. This was hardbound. It's a library copy. I couldn't find them. They're all out of print, and they were very, very few print to begin with, even. And so I don't have a complete run. But I mean, they're all here in physical form. So I just have to wait for volume 3. I believe volume 6 it was when I bought it. It was like $40-something. So I do have exceptions for paying like over cover price, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And I still haven't been able to find a good volume 3 for a somewhat decent price for what it is. So I got to deal with that for right now. So I told on myself. What are you guys gonna do? I don't know. Now we've got Gantz. Gantz it's one of my favorites for a lot of reasons. It's very adult. Don't let your kids read them. But lots of violence, lots of unnecessary violence. You know, I was saying like Eden has necessary violence. Gantz has unnecessary violence, and that's just how it works. But it's entertaining for that aspect, and also the books themselves are fairly easy reads. There's only so much text per page. The art's also really good. I don't know if you guys can see because the covers are so glossy. But there's only so much text per page, and which helps you just blow through them super fast. I was reading like 5 or 6 volumes a day. I read what I have so far, and there's like 30-something volumes, and I kind of stopped because they were getting pricey. Dark Horse, everything Dark Horse is so damn expensive. Also Dark Horse, we've got Gunsmith Cats. These are the omnibus editions, and they're the first series. I don't have the second series at the moment. That's Raleigh Vincent. She's pretty cool. And the series kind of reminds me of like Cowboy Bebop, but not future. There's no like dog fights on Mars or anything like that. This is all like just regular life. But parental advisory. They're adult themed. I guess this is the adult shelf so far. Going down to Samurai Deeper Kyo. And Samurai Deeper Kyo is kind of, it kind of happened like Rave Master, where Rave Master was originally done by Tokyo Pop, and then when Tokyo Pop died, someone else had to like take over the rights, and so it went to volume 34, and then Del Rey actually finished with 2 omnibuses here at the end, which is kind of nice. I'm just glad they finished them, and a lot of people like Rave Master were super upset. And to tell you guys the truth, I have not read any of Samurai Deeper Kyo. I have so much of it, I've not read a single one. I guess it's the Tsundoku part of Andrew Tsundoku. I just buy first and ask questions later. But we've got Lunar Legend Tsukihime. And that's fairly good. I think there's 10 volumes in Japan. I don't actually know how many have been translated. I only got the first 6. They were a good deal on eBay. I just kind of jumped at it. Moving down here, and it's fairly good. I haven't read the entire thing. I think I've read like only 3 of 6, and I kind of lost interest. But it's good for what it is. It's kind of an older manga. Afro Samurai, and I love Afro Samurai, but the manga is different than the anime, and the anime is exceptionally good. The manga is fairly decent. And what's cool about the manga is that it's black and white and red, so like all of the guts are red. There we go. Bam! Oh, spoiler alert. His head is gone. So anyway, pretty cool. These are really damn hard to find now. I got them when I was a kid in high school even. So they're probably like 10 or so years old, maybe less. Astro Project is a great story about the guy who can astral project. It was kind of, I'd like to see it redone because the story kind of meandered and took some weird paths, and it wasn't actually tied up at the end. Like, it didn't conclude well, but the idea was phenomenal. A lot of it's based on like music. Really a cool story, and there's only the 4, so I mean maybe if there was a 5th one it would have wrapped up a little bit better, but what can you do? I don't know. So now we're moving to Higurashi, and Higurashi is huge. There's the and Higurashi. It's hard to explain, but each little bit. This is volume 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. But this is 3 and 4, and this is also 1 and 2. So the idea is that each arc is told from a different character's perspective, or in like a different time, or it really kind of depends. It's hard to explain. I wish I could do a better job at it. The story Higurashi was originally a game on, I believe, PC. But anyway, so it goes to volumes from 1 to like 25, and this is everything thus far, and it's a terrifying series. Like, legitimately, I was frightened. There's so much like murders and mystery, and it's a mystery novel for starters. I would say like mystery horror. There was actually a time where it wasn't in this house, but I was living someplace else, and I was reading Higurashi at the time, and I got to a point where I was really late at night, and I was like, oh, I need a jacket for whatever. It was in the closet, and I go to open the closet door, and I was like, and I was freaked out because I thought the girl would be in the closet and try to kill me, and I like paused for a second. I'm like, whoa, 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 and I was like, this is real life. She's not going to be in the closet. But anyway, it is a frightening novel. Down here is Umineko, and Umineko it's from the same writer, Ryushiko 7. The same writer as Higurashi does Umineko. So Umineko's here, and there's like, I think like 9 of them out thus far, but they're huge and they're expensive, and I just honestly haven't gotten a chance to collecting them or reading them for that matter. Prophecy right here. Ta-da. Pretty cool. I got these in the Barnes & Noble manga binge. That video is one of my first ones on my channel. And then Ultraman, we talked about this a little bit earlier too. I put that there. Tokyo Ghoul also on the Barnes & Noble manga binge. And Volume 2's out. Haven't gotten to it. Oh well, what are you gonna do? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Did the review for those. Actually pretty cool. And the volumes themselves are really nice. They're really sturdy. Everything's in hardback. Pretty cool. Master Keaton. Naoki Urasawa does the art only. So I've been kind of reluctant to read it. If he had done the entire thing, I would have been super psyched. Still really want to. I believe Volume 3, maybe even Volume 4 is out. But I got these two at the manga sale for Barnes & Noble. I just haven't gotten a chance to read them. Things have been busy. All You Need Is Kill. That's a really cool volume here. And it's the omnibus. In Japan, they have 2. That's why I showed you both covers. That's the cover of Volume 1. That's the cover of Volume 2. And in the US, it's just the one big volume. Oops. Well, you're not going back in there. So now we've got Opart's Hunter. This is 1 through 19, and this is Kishimoto, but it's a different Kishimoto than what normal people are used to. Everyone's used to Naruto. This is his brother in the less successful series Opart Hunter, but it's actually fairly good, and it ends. That's the main thing. It ends, and I don't know if it was supposed to end or if it was cut off. I haven't read it. Again, I'm bad at buying things and not reading them, but the idea is I'm grateful for a series that ends and doesn't go for like 60-something, 70-something volumes like Naruto does. But whatever, so that's that. And then we'll move down to King of Hell. And King of Hell, there's 22 volumes in the US, but I believe there's more later on. Tokyo Pop did them, and they never finished translating, I believe. Once again, have not read them. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you guys more information. Red Hot Chili Samurai kind of reminds me of Samurai Champloo, simply because I guess they're just samurai. They kind of don't take themselves seriously. Right next to Samurai Champloo, of course. And Samurai Champloo, this is the manga. It's volumes 1 and 2. The ones you find nowadays, well, you don't find any nowadays because they're Tokyo Pop and it doesn't exist. But for a while, you could only find an omnibus of just one solid volume, which is cool and awesome. But I had the first editions. I was really grateful for these. The manga obviously came after the anime. There's very little in the manga as far as content goes, but it is what it is, and I'm glad I have it. Love Champloo. King of Thorn is a wonderful series, really short, 6 volumes if you're looking for something pretty quick that you can bust in and out. There's a disease that's taken over the world and turns people to like stone, petrifies them, and people are being cryogenically frozen because they don't have a cure for it at the moment. They're hoping that later on they will be able to fix it, and then they kind of, the people that are frozen wake up and they're like, what is this world? And they have to coexist in this crazy place that is like the world transformed. Cat Paradise is by the same author of King of Thorn, and there's 5 volumes. I haven't gotten to them yet, and it's really not my highest priority. I really don't care at the moment. Not as good as King of Thorn, so I didn't bother. And then Planetes, did the unboxing for that. The first volume's actually in my bedroom because I've been reading it. I haven't gotten a chance to read them, but I've just barely started, and so far it is awesome. About halfway through the first book, and never has a story captured me so quickly before as Planetes. Very cool. Anyway, let's check out the shelf, because I guess that's been a habit thus far. So we'll go all the way up. This is shelf 4 of the giant wall. So we're done with all of that, you guys. We've got a little bit more. Let's show you guys what we got in store. So up here, that's what I would consider overflow 1, and then down here we've got overflow 2. There's books behind books back here, so I just don't have room. We've got a smaller shelf over here. We'll do that one pretty quickly. And we've got this one here, and then that one over there, and that's it thus far. Anyway, I might have just ruined this. Look at all this stuff, and look at the unboxing for the reward you guys got. There's Beyblades. There's my chair. Now you guys got the whole tour. Like, this is the whole. Okay, we're done. No more tours. No, just kidding. I'll keep them up. And so we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. 4 out of 5. Not bad. We're about halfway through. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and definitely leave comments. Your feedback is really important. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed and are waiting for more content. And like always, just let me know how you're doing, because I really dig hanging out with you guys. So I will see you next video. Later.